YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back with the multiplayer replay. This one came in from DK Wolf there. He's going to be playing the vampires. Interesting to see 3 heroes from the vampires. 3 heroes, so he's going up against the dwarfs. I'm trying to think what his mindset would be there. Interesting. Does have a flying lord. It's Manfred von Karstein on his zombie dragon, which we don't see a whole lot. Seems a little bit overkill against the dwarfs in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. It does have a Mortis engine, which I like. Honestly though, I typically kind of like Claw of Nagash. Good thing you brought some flying units here too, like a unit or 2 of bats. They're kind of frustrating with the dwarfs. Like if they bring gyrocopters and you bring bats, you're in good shape. I kind of think that at least a flying unit of some sort is important against the dwarfs so that their gyrocopters can't just run amok on you as the vampires, because you really don't have a whole lot else to hit them with, and they can be pretty irritating. Let's kind of see how this plays out. The dwarfs are going to be led by Grombrindle the White Dwarf, so someone enjoying the Grombrindle DLC, which I think you can get from going to a Games Workshop store or getting the November copy of the White Dwarf magazine, or it will be free after the beginning of the year. So the bolt throwers are going to open fire, and back here the bats and Manfred not around, and the Mortis engine's going to be eating it from the bolt throwers and also from gyrocopters, both of which are anti-large and going to be doing considerable damage to the Mortis engine. That's got the attention of Manfred. It's not going to stop the bolt throwers, but the gyrocopters might as well take as many shots as they like. They have plenty of time to get away from Manfred, who's going to be limited to 90 speed, 110 on the gyrocopter. Still need to leave yourself a little distance so that you stay away from the charge speed of Manfred. Excellent damage to the Mortis engine on the part of the dwarf. Let's see what the main line ends. It's 2 standard Graveguard. You really need some armor-piercing damage, which Crypt Horrors provide. So against the dwarfs, I almost kind of just like a lot of Crypt Horrors with really cheap infantry. Because the Graveguard, I mean, without extra armor piercing, they take a long time to chew through dwarfs. Look at this though, Manfred coming after the gyrocopters, but they just ignore him. Ooh, would have loved to see him drop a bomb or 2 right there in that fight. The Mortis engine's out, so huge loss for the vampires because it goes out early. These rangers will... A Quarreler would probably do a little bit better, but the Rangers should be able to hold their own. The Bolt Throwers can now target Manfred. It's going to take a lot of shots from the Bolt Thrower to kill Manfred, but they can at least weaken him up. Let's check out the mainline engagement, which is Longbeards with great weapons. They're going to do very well against the Graveguard, especially if they're supported properly, and they are. There's a Runesmith here. And then Grombrindle is right up in the middle of this fight. He's going to do just fine in a big pile of infantry. He did take a nasty charge. There's the flash bomb, though, so he flash bombs Manfred. That's going to be a big deal because it takes away 76% of his speed and a ton of his melee defense and leadership. So Manfred gets absolutely flash banged by Grombrindle, and the zombie dragon's out. You can't forget that ability with Grombrindle. You bring in a flying lord like that, and you get it flash bombed, you are going to really struggle to get away with that. And then the magical attack on Grombrindle is going to absolutely shred Banshees. Grombrindle's up against the White King and a Banshee over here, but like I said, Grombrindle has magic attacks, so Banshee is really not going to like fighting up against Grombrindle. He should be putting some big hits on the Banshee, and he is. You can see her wretchedness, the Banshee dropping really quick there. There's another one over here that's just getting beat down by standard. There comes the bombs from the gyro bomber, so really putting the nail in the coffin. Bad pun for the vampires, right? Oh, yeah, gonna really put the nail in the coffin here for the vampires, who highly underestimated Grombrindle and his build here. The Mortis engine needed to, I mean, you just think about what happened here. The bolt throwers just got such a free reign in this fight, and all the extra money that was spent on Graveguard, which don't perform particularly spectacular versus the dwarves. They're not bad, they're not great either, and they're a lot of spin. Let's see what we got here. We got Dwarf Warriors, Gyro Bombers, still sitting on a lot of ammunition. Grombrindle himself is going to be a nightmare. The White King, though, doing some very nice damage, but pretty sure Grombrindle can hold his own here. If he gets into an infantry blob for long enough, he can do big-time damage too. Again, a Banshee up here trying to help take out Grombrindle. I think the White King is the one with the best chance. He's right back there too. The White King, though, is kind of being distracted by a Runesmith, so that Runesmith will help tank some damage. And that Banshee's now crumbling. She should be gone shortly. There's the White King getting a good punch in the face against Grombrindle. And look at that. The finishing scene from the fight is the White King reeling from an axe blow from the White Dwarf. White and white. Two different kinds of white there, folks. The White Dwarf because he never sees sunlight. The White King because he's white, W-I-G-H-T, or whatever the heck that one is. Honestly, I don't even know what that word means. And I'd have to go look it up to see if I care, and I don't know if I care that much. Nice win for the Dwarfs there. I think the Vampire quit out with a little bit of game time left, but he was, I mean, the writing was on the wall. When you start to lose your hero characters like that as vampires, you're finished. It's not going to last too much longer. You see the Cryptors here with some decent kills. I really like Cryptor. Oh, he did have the Graveguard with great weapons. My bad. My bad. And this one got decent kills. And that's kind of a unit that you would want to see against the Dwarfs if you're going to be bringing a heavier infantry. Like I said, these guys over here, not as good because the Dwarfs are pretty high armor and these guys take a while to chop through armor. Graveguard are going to be more effective when you expect to come up against lighter infantry, and you can just bring a couple of them to tank out a lot of lighter infantry. I have one more replay here that someone sent me, and it's going to be Pippington playing up against none other than Ninja Hund here. Ninja Hund with his Wurzag build. Ninja Hund really likes his Wurzag build, and this is going to be a Beastmen attempt to take it down. I'm really not a big fan of this map. It's got too much forest for my liking, but there's certain armies that could do well in the forest like this, so let's see. Let's check out this Beastmen army. I never did finish my Beastmen focus. I need to finish it, but ever since the patch, since Beastmen didn't really get touched in the patch and like everybody else did, I've been focusing on that. So we got a Gorbull back here. Chaos Spawn with Minotaurs with great weapons, same thing. So 2 Minotaurs with great weapons, 2 Chaos Spawn, 2 Gorbulls. Chaos Spawn do have poison, and they're unbreakable. Minotaurs with great weapons have a bonus versus large, along with plenty of armor-piercing damage. Mainline infantry here for Beastmen is going to be a couple Ungor Spearherd, 2 Bestigor in the center, and Malagor the Dark Omen, who just spawned up a Cygor. Cygor is going to be a pretty solid pick here because there's a lot of greenskin infantry. The problem with this map, though, in a Cygor is the trees will give a substantial cover bonus to the greenskins. Let's take a look at the build of Ninja Hund. So a couple of units of Gobos on each flank, backed up by Squigs. He's got the Rusty Heirs, great pick. He's got the Arachnarok Queen here. 2 Goblin Big Bosses flanking none other than the Dancing Green Prophet himself. No doubt Ninja Hund here is playing his time out, trying to get the Effigy to get ready, which is your pretty standard Wurzag strategy. And the reason why he's backing up Wurzag with the Arachnarok is because the idea here is you use Effigy to get to pin down the enemy lord, and then you pummel him all at once with the Arachnarok, Wurzag, and his 2 lackeys on the spiders. And with the Black Orcs around as well, you pump the Wa and all the other abilities that Wurzag has, and basically your army becomes an insane killing force. Couple that with the fact that the Rusty Heirs would be sundering armor, and it can get really bad really fast. This is a, we're normally seeing flying goon squads. This is more of a ground-based Beastmen version of a goon squad. The mix of unbreakable Chaos Spawn, who are really quite decent versus infantry, and they have the poison that they imbue, combined with all the armor-piercing and anti-large of the Minotaurs with great weapons, and then the support from Gorbull, who has a ton of hit points plus healing potions. And he has both a healing potion and Potion of Foolhardiness. Like moving the Cygor down here. Makes sense. He can be guarded by these units. And the Cygor here is going to be lobbing some rocks at the Black Orcs, which is a good target. Solid hits here. Really a lot of damage done to the Black Orcs, so great impact from the Cygor so far. Weakening up a Black Orc substantially is definitely going to be worth his while, because they are expensive. Another hit there, straight through the Rusty Heirs too, which That is going to pay dividends. The Arachnarok Queen brings up the little spider hatchlings here. Great way from Ninja Hun to kind of just get the Cygor busy for a moment. It's not going to last but more than a moment. And here comes Gorbull, the bull who knows no fear. The bull who's about to sweep the presidential election by himself, coming in to slow down the entire Wurzag stomp fest here. And let's see, Wurzag doesn't want to drop all his abilities on a Gorbull, though, I wouldn't think. I would think he's going to wait, but there is a lot of potential damage back here in this group, but some of them get hung up over here by some nasty skulkers. This Chaos Spawn's going to make it in, and no, it switches direction. So it's going to come over here and keep wrecking here. I don't think we had an Effigy to get. We got an Here We Go. No Effigy to get yet. The split up army here from the Beastmen kind of makes it difficult to know where to pop that Effigy to get. He's going to have to fight Gorbull, but Gorbull's using his potions here to stay in this fight kind of a long time. While this this little grouping here puts a pretty good stomp down on all these squigs and other goblin units. Black Orc still here. Cygor peppering away, 44 kills. Foot of Gork over here. Pretty common to see, but doesn't look like it got a ton of work. Well, no, there's 40 kills on Wurzag, so it did get some work done. Wurzag didn't pick up those 40 kills with an axe, I don't think. So one of the Chaos Spawn getting dropped pretty significantly, but Minotaurs with great weapon and another Chaos Spawn still alive. And Gorbull helping to tie down that whole fight. Cygor should be able to get some rocks into this fight. Still don't think I've seen Effigy to get. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Effigy to get yet. If I may have missed it, I guess. But I don't think I have. Malagor the Dark Omen's back here. He's throwing in a Devolve. It's an upgraded. It won't do a whole lot. Devolve is not what it used to be, which is good. It was OP. But now it's complete garbage, too. Here we go, popped for the Greenskins, so they're going to be getting extra attack. A lot of the Greenskin army, though, in complete disarray from this super strong Minotaur Chaos Spawn flank that just completely wrecked that Black Orc right there. And those are kind of the mainstay of this Greenskin army. And now here comes the real pummeling here. And let's see if Effigy to get gets pulled out here. The Malagor the Dark Omen is a little bit vulnerable, but he's actually going to pull away from this fight. Here we go, being used again by Wurzag. Like I said, not sure if I've seen Effigy to get yet, which is really the main play for this Wurzag army. And Wurzag's going to continually be supported by his Goblin Big Bosses. Arachnarok Spider still looking pretty healthy. Tossed Gorbull right back on his trash. Malagor's up in the fight here, trying to help rout out a few Greenskins. This is a pretty tight fight still. Got some Black Orcs coming back, Skulkers, Spears. Quite a few Greenskin units returning to the fight. This Arachnarok Spider is going to play a big role here because there's no skirmishers to help pull it down. And it is going to get a lot of damage done up in here. Minotaurs are unbreakable. Or not the Minotaurs, the Chaos Spawn, but then the Minotaurs with great weapons with an anti-large here. Definitely going to be an important unit. They have the potential to cause some extra damage to the Spider, armor piercing and anti-large. Nice kills on the Cygor here. It's picked up a chevron. So ends up paying out its price here. Potion of Toughness. Waiting to see if Effigy of the gets popped here at the last second, maybe. Last ditch effort from Wurzag. Wurzag getting attacked by Malagor here. Still, here we go, stand your ground. Surely he has Effigy to get. I still haven't seen it pop up here. Like I said, maybe I missed one earlier, but with the Spider gone now, the balance bar tilts over. That rock actually tagged one of the Minotaurs. So Cygor taking out one of his own there. Gorbulls are looking weak. Malagor's looking weak. This fight is not over yet, but it's going to depend on what happens with Wurzag here. Malagor quite a ways off from the fight. And we're getting to see a little bit of wavering here from this Goblin Big Boss, but the potion of foolhardiness saving it. Potion now worn off. Let's see what happens. Cygor to potentially play a big role here. Arcane Conduit from Wurzag. Orville, Malagor's coming on back in. If he is sitting on effigy to get, he needs to use it. He just lost one of his big bosses. That's going to hurt, because it's going to get chased by these Minotaurs and Gorbel's going to catch it, because he's fast. Look at him in that charge animation. Cygor comes in. Wurzag now wavering. Routing. That's going to be it. He's going to take out Ninja Hun there. I'm not sure if Effigy of the Git was used and I just missed it. Seems like it would have recharged for a second run there too. Could be wrong though, but Ninja Hun's Wurzag build gets shut down there by the Beastmen. A nice play by Pippington. And really good stats here coming off of this monster ball that he had. And pretty good performance from the Bestigor here. Not too bad. Picking up quite a few kills. Pretty nice here when you get 44 kills on a cheap spearman. But Malagor himself picking up a few kills. Wurzag picked up some kills from that Foot of Gork. The one Black Orc being pretty effective. The other one getting pretty much shut down. A Ragnarok Queen was the main threat there in the end, but it was also shut down by the Minotaurs with great weapons. So nice play from the Beastmen there. I don't know if he actually expected this Wurzag build from Ninja Hun or not, but it was a pretty good counter in the end. And he was able to use it to some success, though it was a pretty tight battle. Well played by both players. Hope you all enjoyed that one. I will be back with more battles soon. HeirofCarthage signing out. Hope to see you then.